Right, so another breathing buddies. We're back. Yeah, let's start with a nice, easy warm up. We'll do our many small breath holds. Not too many, just a few small breath holds. An even more confusing name for it. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall. This is a nice, easy one. I'm sure you remember it by now. What you're going to do is you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Then you're going to pinch your nose and hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. Breathe normally through your nose. If you can bear it, don't squeeze your nostrils together, just cover your nostrils just to stop the soft tissue, any soft tissue damage there. So we just wait 2 or 3 breaths and then we have another go. When you're ready, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose, hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally through your nose. We're slowing things down straight away, just adding that little pause there is enough to kind of get us out of any kind of over breathing we might have gotten into through the course of the day. Let's go again. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose, hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing normally through your nose. Also, nasal breathing, as I'm sure you're sick of me saying that, produces nitric oxide in the paranasal sinuses. Really important for them to open up the airways. Great if you're an asthmatic, this exercise. Let's go again. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose, hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally through your nose. Sometimes you can start to feel maybe a little bit phlegmy or you want to cough. That's perfectly normal when you're working with slightly elevated levels of nitric oxide. Let's go again. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose. Hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing normally again. So we're also just adding a tiny little bit, a little drop of extra carbon dioxide into the mix, getting us ready to do a little bit of hypercapnic breath work in the rest of this session. Let's go again. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose. Hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally once again, and we'll do one more round of that in just a moment before we settle in to the session proper. So here we go. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose. Hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing naturally through your nose. Let's check in now. Let's reset. Make sure you've not started to slouch already, because that's the tendency through this, isn't it? To be honest, I do the same. So we're going to be sitting tall, but also relaxed as well. Unsupported ideally, but don't worry if you need to be supported. That's fine. Let's see about getting some ease into our shoulders, getting some tension out of them. That's what I need to do today somehow or other. Maybe you do as well. We can just get ourselves 5% more relaxed before we even begin. That's a good place to be. Maybe stretching your neck, just something gentle, Don't go cricking your neck right before we get started properly. And then moving up, if you've been talking a lot, maybe a wiggle of the jaw is a good idea. We hold a lot of tension around the jaw. Maybe some self-massage helps if it really is tight. And then while you're doing that, maybe it's time to add a little smile to your face. To add some relaxation around your cheeks. If you haven't already and it feels good for you right now, you could think about closing your eyes. Whether you've chosen to close them or not, let's think about not trying anymore. We're not going to. We've done this the days. Let's not try for a little while. We're going to allow for a little while. Can you allow your eyes to relax? Can you allow the muscles around your eyes just to ease up for a little while? If those muscles can relax for 20 minutes or so, All the intricate muscles in your forehead also relax. All those muscles that help keep our faces so expressive. But now can quieten down while we take our attention to our breathing. So I invite you to maybe place one hand on your upper chest, one hand on your belly. Not changing anything just yet, just a chance to notice what's happening with your breathing right now. Which of your hands are moving? How does your breathing feel in terms of its speed? Is it fast or slow? Sense of ease? Is it difficult today? As we're going to be practicing the usual deep breathing, so deep meaning low in the body, not necessarily big, just low in the body. Take your attention now to the lower hand, the hand on your belly. Place it just above your belly button, so it's around about the diaphragm. Can you concentrate on the feeling of that hand moving in and out? And if that's not, can you draw the air deep into your belly? Think about blowing up a balloon with each breath. Your top hand's around the neck. There's no or very little air going into that bit of the balloon. Your bottom hand is around the body of the balloon, inflating and deflating with each inhalation and exhalation. And this is where the good stuff resides. It's these deep breathing is the crux of it all, really. This is what you can bring into your day-to-day life whenever you feel stressed, whenever you realize you might be holding your breath or holding tension. It's the ability to be able to draw the air deep into your body, deep into your belly, that can help us to relax physically and then mentally. Resting your hands wherever it feels comfortable to do so now. So I'm going to do some resonant frequency breathing. That's the simple, I've also called it coherent breathing, 1-to-1 ratio. We'll start with a count of inhale for 4, exhale for 4, increase it to a count of 5. If that's a bit slow, you'll just have to kind of step back for a little while and then join back in. Eventually I'll drop the cues and you can carry on at your own pace. So let's get in sync for this. So take a little breath in, exhale, then breathe in, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 3, 4, exhale, 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 3, 4, inhale, 3, 4, exhale. We'll increase to 5 now. So inhale, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 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 Inhale. 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Inhale. I'm going to drop the cues. 5. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just carry on now at your own pace. If this is easy enough, you could slow it down a little bit more. This is resonant frequency breathing. We call it this because something special happens around about 4.5 to 6.5 breaths per minute. This is when our heart rate and our breathing come into sync. So there's something called respiratory sinus arrhythmia. As you inhale, your heartbeat beats slightly faster, and then as you exhale, your heart beats very slightly slower. And this is one way of looking at heart rate variability. Now, high heart rate variability is a good sign. It means the body is capable of dealing with stresses. It's not under stress. Heart rate is like a metronome, very steady, means your body's under stress. When we breathe slowly and deeply, this system comes into sync. As you're inhaling now, heart rate's increasing very slightly. As you're exhaling, it's slowing down a little bit. If we breathe faster like we do most of the day, this system goes out of sync. So what does that mean? That means we can't absorb stresses quite as well. So this simple practice of slowing the breathing down, breathing deep into the belly, is a way of training resilience. So make sure you're taking nice, full, but low in the body breaths, but it should be nice and satisfying, these breaths. Not restricting anything just yet. We'll get around to that. Now check in again. As you carry on with this lovely slow deep breathing, sitting up straight again, making or thinking about a plumb line now, extending from the crown of your head. I'm going to do a little bit of halo breathing to get us into our breathe light. So imagine someone comes over and drops a halo over that plumb line. It lands just above the crown of your head. I'd like now just to trace the circumference of that tiny little halo with your head, trying to keep all the movement above your shoulders, even above your neck if you can, whilst you're still breathing slowly and deeply. And seeing if you notice if anything changes about how you breathe now that you take your attention up to this little bit of conscious movement. Do you find that your breathing starts to slow down a little bit, starts to kind of settle? Can you make the circle even smaller, like you're spiraling into a point? Not quite there yet, but at some point you're going to get to a point where the circle becomes so small. You're back to stillness. Now taking your awareness to the feeling of the air moving in and out through your nose. Cooler air entering your nostrils, warmer air, conditioned air, leaving them. Move towards our quiet, light breathing. The first way to try and get there is to use a sense of hearing. How loud is your breathing right now? Can you make it quiet, almost silent? In fact, not almost, actually silent. Can you make it so you cannot hear your own breathing? All the while being aware of slightly cooler air entering your nostrils, slightly warmer air leaving them. The goal of this exercise is to approach that feeling of air hunger, the feeling that you'd like to be breathing a little bit more air, taking a slightly bigger breath. Doing that with respect. It has the potential to be a very big feeling, and we don't want it to get too big. Just want to kind of get up to the edge of it, hang around there for a little while. And you'll know you're getting there if you're feeling like you'd like to be taking a slightly bigger breath. That's the positive feedback that you're doing the exercise correctly. If you're not quite there yet, maybe need to think about the idea of, if you've been filling a container up with air to 100, reduce that to about 70. Slightly cooler air entering your nostrils, slightly warmer air leaving them. Can you make your breath so still, so little movement to it that even the tiny hairs in your nose stop moving? If at any point you start to feel a little overwhelmed by the feeling of air hunger, if you don't feel like you're in control of your breathing, just take some nice deep breaths. What that's doing is blowing off some of the carbon dioxide that's been building up. So we want the carbon dioxide to building up because some positive effects on the body. Improved blood flow. You might be feeling your hands getting warmer as you're doing this. You might be feeling your brain getting calmer and your mental state becoming calmer as your brain gets a better supply of blood, a better supply of oxygen. As I say, we do this with respect because it is a big feeling. If you go too far into it, the body just sees it as a threat and it doesn't adapt. But if we hang around at this peripheral edge over time, your body will adapt to slightly higher levels of carbon dioxide, and that means that in life generally you're going to feel less breathless, delay the onset and duration of breathlessness, and enjoy warmer hands as well. Okay, I'll hang around here just for another 30 seconds or so. See if you can catch that wave of air hunger, enjoy the ride for a little while without getting wiped out by it. Light, slow, quiet breathing. Okay, drop the exercise. Do whatever you need to do to respond to that. Maybe taking some fuller breaths. Do something a bit different, or as a contrast to that. So I'm going to do Anulom Pranayama, light version for later in the evening. I'm going to breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 8. This is an exercise in controlling the exhalation, but also remaining relaxed while you're doing it, letting it happen whilst also controlling the duration of it. So going in for 4, hold for 4, out for 8, and then we'll do another round where we hold for 8. So take a little breath in and out, then breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. Take some nice easy breaths. Just check in for a moment. See how that's settling with you. How's that getting the energy flowing around your body? We'll do the same again. Maybe a couple of fewer rounds, but we're going to hold the breath at 8 at the top. If it's a bit too long with the exhalation as well, just sit it out for a round and then decide if you want to join back in. So taking a little breath in and exhale, then breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. Nice easy breaths. Do a short round of the 4, breathing in for 4, out for 6. A little pause. Just to settle anything down before we wind things up. So again, let's get in sync. Little breath in, exhale, then breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 3, 4. Exhale. 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. Now just carry on at your own pace. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. Important thing here, slightly longer inhalation than your exhalation. Pause at the end. If you stop to notice if you're breathing something like this when you're relaxed at home, just taking notice of how long that pause is at the end naturally before you feel a desire to breathe again. Not necessarily when we're in this situation. It's just a good measure of where you're at with this hypercapnic breath work and where your health's at. The longer the pause, the better your body's tolerating carbon dioxide. And this pace as well, we're back down to that resonant frequency pace. Heart rate in sync with the breathing. Building resilience. Checking 3 times a day to slow your breathing down. Breathing into your belly. Breathing slowly. Breathing deeply. Then let's wind things up now with our usual few little physiological sighs to put a full stop at the end. So, take a full breath into your belly. Top it up. Sigh out. Pause. Breathing in. Top it up. Pause. Breathing in. Top it up. Once again, breathing in. Top it up. Sigh it out. Last one. Breathing in. Top it up. Big sigh to end things off. Thanks very much for coming along. Hope you're feeling nice and chill and ready for bed.